Well, hello, Budget Dolls. I'm Margot, and welcome to Budgets Untamed. Today is a day that I want to take a moment to talk specifically to any brand new budgeting dolls, or it might be anyone that has fallen away from budgeting and wants to get back into it. And of course, we are talking about cash budgeting, but today, don't worry, because today you don't have to have any cash available to be able to get started on the journey. Okay, dolls. So if there is anyone out there who this video will benefit, please make sure to like, comment, and share my video so that anyone that's in the same situation as you, or if anyone who would like a few new ideas or want to tweak the way they do it now, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like the video, and share this with any friends or family that you think will benefit from it. Let's get started. As I stated, you will not need any cash today. We will not be doing any cash handling. What I do want you to do is take a moment to grab a pencil with an eraser and a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be a fancy notepad. It can look like this. It can look smaller like this, or it can look generic like this. As long as you have a piece of paper or some sort of a notebook to take some notes, that is all that we're going to need today, dolls. Okay? So I'm going to give you a moment to grab that, or go ahead and grab your phone, go into the notes section where you can just take plenty of notes without having to change screens or anything like that. You just want to jot down a bunch of information. I am going to go ahead and go with a small piece of paper because it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Trust me when I tell you. Okay, so we're just going to start with one of the notepads that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. I'm always buying notepads, and before long, this will be full of notes and things that I've written down and things that I need to remember as far as my financial plan is concerned. So grab one notebook if you're going to grab one, and label it your financial planning notebook, and always use that one. And then that way, you're not a piece of paper here and a piece of paper there, always looking for your notebook. Put it in the corner of your closet so when you go to grab it, you always know that it's there. Okay? So what I want you to start with is, I want you to start by writing down every bill that you owe and that you pay by the month. As a matter of fact, it doesn't matter if you pay it by the month or not. It doesn't matter if it's in any particular order. I just want you to begin by writing down every bill that you owe or that you pay during your month. How about that? Let's start there. For the most part, people always write down their mortgage or their rent first because you know exactly how much it is. You know exactly when it's due. So always start there. Then people will write down their car payment and car insurance because you always kind of know those numbers off the top of your head. It's okay that you start with those, but I want you to take a moment to write down everything that you owe and that you pay in your month. I'm not talking about entertainment and groceries or gas. I'm just talking about bills, all of the expenses that you need to run your household. That's what we're doing first. Okay, start with your rent. I don't have a car payment because mine is paid off, but I do have car insurance. I do have gas bill. I don't have to pay the water bill because that's included in rent, but I do have utilities. I have my car, I'm sorry, I have my phone bill, and it doesn't matter who you're paying it to or how many people are on your plan. It doesn't matter if you aren't the owner of the plan. And say, for instance, someone else owns the plan and you're only paying $50 a month. Write it down. Always write down cable. Remember cable. Or if you don't have cable, you're going to have some sort of Wi-Fi. Write that down. Anything to do with streaming. Now, I have, quote unquote, streamlined mine because this is the part that got me the most confused, because once you think you've written everything down, something else pops into your checking account and you're like, oh my God, I forgot about this. It's okay if that happens. Go right back into, just go back to your notepad, write it down, and the dollar amount. And then from there, I need to add my storage unit. And then we're going to write down my credit cards. And we're not worrying about what the minimum is, what the balance due is, how much you owe. We're not worried about any of that. How much do you pay this credit card every single month? So for whatever you have on paper, whatever you have written down, now I want you to go in and write out how much you owe per month. My car insurance is, the dollar amount is changing, but I'm just going to put $100 there. Washington Gas is never expensive, so I'm going to put $20 there. Pepco, let's say $100. AT&T, we know that's going to be $187. And then just keep going from there, dolls. If you haven't figured out why by now I always have a pencil with an eraser, it's because I make a lot of mistakes. We're gonna move on from here. And so once you get all of that written down, take your trusty, dusty calculator. Your calculator may not be dusty, but it is gonna be trustworthy. You're gonna need it. So that total amount for the month is $11.54. Now the reason I say give yourself grace here is because more than likely something will pop up and you will say, oh my goodness, I totally forgot about that. That's normal. It's okay to forget. Just grab your notebook or put a note in your phone to remember to write it in your notebook as soon as you see it. Okay, so from here, we are going to fill in the total dollar amount that you spend every month just on expenses. And it does not matter if it's $500 or if it's $5,000 a month. I want you to write those numbers down. Okay, now once you have this all written down, those of you that get paid every week, you're very, 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 very fortunate to be able to get paid every week. But I want you to take that number and divide it by 4. So approximately from each paycheck, you're going to need to save $289 from each paycheck. Now, you and I both know that our bills don't run that way. It would be great if you could just pay $289 every week and never have to think about anything. But you don't. That's not going to work. So what I want you to do next is write down the dates that all of these bills are due. Now, this is going to be able to determine how much money you need for each paycheck, okay? So for this first paycheck, you're going to need AT&T. Now we're going to put these in a different order. But the reason I had you do this backwards is because I wanted you to just brain dump and write down all of the bills that you know for a fact that you pay every month. Okay, and now the rest of the bills are due at the end of the month. Isn't that crazy? You see how simple that is? Budgeting is not that difficult. Budgeting isn't as difficult as it seems. I'm going to break this down for you and make it as simple as we possibly can starting today. There's a lot that you can do starting today that you're not picking up any cash Cash is to come, don't worry. But in the beginning, we need to get these numbers concrete, and we need to know exactly how much money we're spending every month on bills alone. Entertainment, eating out, anything else comes secondary. Let's get these bills under control first.